Building a productive, creative routine for me means creating a routine that is as simple as I can make it to be. So the routine has to be part of my existence. Like, for example, I brush my teeth in the morning and I also brush my teeth at night before going to sleep. At night, I floss and I brush my teeth. That is something that I've been doing for a long time. It's just part of my life. So if I'm going to have a routine that and add a routine of drawing that is very effective and productive, it has to be something that doesn't kind of disrupt my daily my way of doing things on a daily basis. Like, I've tried this countless times over the years, where I come up with routines that I will try and I will fail to sustain because they disrupt something in my life. Like, I cannot do my normal activities because of it, and that can only I can only maintain that for so long until it breaks down. Like, oh, okay, there's this big imbalance in my life now, and I have to overcorrect because I have been so out of balance for a while because I've been drawing, and this period of time, or rather this block of time that I've allocated to drawing, has affected other things, and now I have to overcorrect. And overcorrecting means I have to stop drawing so that I can rectify all of these things that have been lacking in my life because of drawing. So it has been a constant back and forth for many years, and I've reached a point where I have found a good routine for me that I can that I feel like I can be I feel like it can be sustainable, and how I achieved that was I had to stop drawing for a while and really take my time before diving back into it. I had to take my time and think about. In fact, I stopped drawing for 2 months. I mentioned that in one of my early art talk videos. And during that period, I was just looking at my life, and I knew that I had to come back to drawing because drawing is such a huge part of my life. I cannot not draw. That just cannot happen. So, but this time around, I had to really think about the best way of going about this. I need to find a routine that won't burn me out and is sustainable. So what I found is that I am more productive in the morning. But however, in the morning, I need to wake up and get ready for work, And so my morning routine was wake up, go to the gym, then go to work. And then initially in the past, I used to put in drawing at night, which is not ideal for me. My energy is depleted at night. I'm not very creative, and drawing doesn't feel good at night. So I knew that I had to keep drawing to be in the morning, which is something that I've also done many times, but I wasn't able to sustain it because of exactly what I said earlier. It was disrupting my life. It was disrupting other things in my life. So the best way for me to do it is to trim down the time. So how I'm going about it now is I've pushed my workout routine to the evening. Evening, that's when I do weight training. And then in the morning, I just do some small like a 10-minute cardio workout. And that works perfectly for me. There's this 10-minute intense workout videos on YouTube that you can find. And I just pull one of those up and I do some jumping jacks for 10 minutes. And that's 10 minutes later, I'm done. That's how I start my day. 10 minutes of jumping around, doing these cardio workouts. And then I spend and then I take a shower. And then immediately after that, I sit down to draw for like an hour. And then I get ready for work and I'm gone. And that's it. So the morning is 10 minutes of workout and then 1 hour of drawing. So it's an hour. I block out an hour and sometimes it's even less, like 45 minutes. That's all the time. That's all I can do. 45 minutes. I can draw a character in that period. And it will be a sketch it's going to be a loose sketch. And then in the evening, when I come back to the gym, I will clean up the lines I will clean up the lines of my sketch because that doesn't take a lot of brain power for me. I don't need to be creative in that period. I'm just cleaning up lines and then adding some flat shades, shading. And that doesn't take time for me at all. Or rather, that doesn't take creative willpower for me. I can just focus on cleaning the lines and I keep it relaxed. And then after that, I edit a video, upload it on YouTube. That's how I block out my time. So I've created these little pockets of time throughout my day that I can comfortably put in the work for making my art. And it's not, it doesn't mess up with my normal routines, and it works for me. And that's what I'm getting at. If you're gonna create a routine that is gonna be sustainable, it has to not be too invasive to your normal way of doing things. It mustn't disrupt your life. It has to fit in comfortably, so that you can do it. You can do it like clockwork. It's just a part of what you do. So you need to come up with a routine that fits you personally. And it's all trial and error. I mean, for me to get to this routine that I'm using now, it was a lot of trial and error. And I'm not saying this routine is going to be something that I'm going to be doing forever. I mean, life happens, things change. And I just need to be flexible enough to say, okay, when things change, I need to update my routine. I need to update my routine and try to find a way to fit it in comfortably, So things change, like I said. And I need to be okay with the idea that life is unpredictable and you need to set up your routine to adjust. You need to be able to adjust your routine to such changes. But the main point that I'm making is it has to be just a part of what you do. That's the only way it's going to be sustainable. Otherwise you're not going to be able to, because it's going to cause an imbalance in your life. And you're going to have to sacrifice other things for it. I mean, there are things you can sacrifice, but like maybe, you can sacrifice your screen time. Instead of like if you're more creative at night, instead of sitting down and binging some series, you can just draw. So absolutely, you have to sacrifice some things to fit it in, but it has to be things that are not essential. You cannot sacrifice. You cannot, for example, sacrifice cooking or exercise, or living a healthier life. You cannot sacrifice that, So that's what I'm trying to get at, Find a way to fit it in in such a way that it doesn't mess up your way of living. And yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. And I wish you all the best with your art journey, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.